It's Nicole. I'm back again with positive impact for mind and body, and I'm talking intimidation today. Have you ever gone into a gym or a beauty salon or, I don't know, even in a park and felt like a little intimidated about who was there and what they were doing? Or maybe they knew a lot about fitness or training, or maybe they were talking as though they had people to teach them what they wanted to know as trainers. I'm just turning off the sound on my phone. Sorry about that. um, so what I found is very interesting. I personally have been working out since I was 16, and my parents thought I was crazy. They thought, I was a lunatic for wanting to sweat and like build muscle. What? I'm a girl. But that proved to me a lot of things about their generation and how they grew up, and they felt pretty intimidated by the thought of me doing all these things. And yet I still persisted. I still continued because it gave me such a high. And I had one person that really, really, truly believed I could make a good instructor, and that boosted my confidence beyond any dysmorphia or worry or concern that I would look stupid or bad. And she really did take me under her wing. She was a great teacher. But, now fast forward to the through that entire time, I've been lifting weights. I'm a gym rat, basically. I have always lifted weights. I've always felt very comfortable lifting weights. And I do love the way I look. I love the way I feel when I feel stronger, and I feel like I'm more capable of handling my day-to-day functional things that have to happen in my life. But with COVID, that had set in, and I was doing a lot of training from home. I wasn't actually physically active a lot of the time. I was sitting behind a computer like you, like everyone else in the world that we know, and I was trying to accommodate people in that venue and try to give them what they needed. And the demonstrations were small and narrow because the space I had was small and narrow. And it's something like this as well. So I was, doing a lot of things for my clients, but I wasn't really working in a gym anymore. I wasn't working out in a gym, and I wasn't working out in my own studio because I don't have enough space to put all the exercise equipment here. So I was kind of stuck. And in that stuck place, I did not like how I looked. I knew my body weight had kind of stayed static, maybe gained a pound or two, but the body fat had gone up. And that was super, super depressing to me. So fast forward to today. I joined a gym about 2.5 months ago. I've moved twice in that time. So it wasn't really steadily, going, but I started to steadily go more in September and October this past 2 months. So what I realized was I had never experienced gym intimidation before. And I realized that maybe I should address it because it was the first time someone looked at me. It was a guy, like scowling at me, like, who the hell are you? Like, get out of my fucking gym, that kind of thing. Yeah. And so I had experienced it a little bit with friends who didn't like having a lot of women in gyms. And I'd always call them on their crud. You know what I mean? I'd always call them on it and say, listen, everyone can work out at this gym, no matter what gym I worked at. And then you get the guys that are like, oh my God, she's working out in a gym with a lot of sweaty, big guys around, and she's not intimidated. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous. Good for her. So I had experienced a little bit of both. And in certain gyms that I worked in, I kind of had a reputation like, don't gym intimidate Nicole. That's no, do not do that. So because I'd always, get in their faces about it. And I also, it was a pleasure for me because my whole thing is the world the world and everyone in it is allowed to be fit, everyone. So I found it interesting, though, that more recently I was actually being gym intimidated. And it's been like in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I want to say. So here's, this guy And he's like posing in the mirror, like, doing all that stuff. So I'm like laughing because not for nothing, when you've been in the fitness industry for as long as I have, over 32 years, you've kind of seen it all. And, I've actually worked with professional bodybuilders. And so, anyway, this guy was kind of funny. Anyway, I was lifting, I was working chest, and then I was doing Bulgarian split squats in between. And then I decided to take a Bosu ball and turn it upside down and do some squats with weighted squats, 25-pound plate. And this guy was looking at me like I had three heads, and I smelled bad, and I wore horrible clothing, and I was just hideous. Like that's how he was looking at me. And I realized, oh, this is gym intimidation time. This is this guy trying to make me feel bad for doing what I know is right for myself. And I want to make that commitment to myself. And quite honestly, if you've ever seen me lift in a gym, you would know, like, I really seriously don't care about who else is there. But this guy made such a point of like making these faces at me. I was like, it's a real thing. And it made me think about, why I was like focusing in on it. Why was and I think it's because I was coming from this disadvantaged place where I didn't really feel fit anymore, and I started working out at a gym, and I was with everyone else trying to lose a little body fat and gain muscle mass and all that stuff. And I posted about it on Instagram. So I came up with a list of things that you can do to decrease that gym intimidation for yourself, because quite honestly, you're going to go, if you're interested in the long-term fitness plan, right? That means you're an avid, maybe not weightlifter, but you're going to be avidly searching for the things that you can do with your body and your mind to keep you healthy and fit, right? So that's inevitably going to bring up some questionable places. Now, I will say, for a very long time when I was in my teens and I really didn't like the gym atmosphere, I had trained it and learned how to become an instructor for years. I started training at like a real sweat gym, like literally you were working out of this guy's oversized garage. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there was dust on the floor and sawdust and stuff like, yeah. So, I mean, I've been there. So what it occurred to me was that maybe during the course of your life, you will come in contact with one of those gyms that just doesn't, let's say, have the same respect for each and every member as it should. So here's a list of things that you can do to prepare yourself to go into a gym atmosphere so that you can get the workout you need and want and not really give a crap about anyone else. What I find, especially in these larger gyms, the big box gyms that have a lot of free weight equipment and a functional training area, and then they have this separate personal training area, is that, there are posers and people planning on posing. And then there are people that are like in awe of them. Don't be in awe, remain neutral, no break. You're not even, it doesn't phase you who they are. That's the first thing. Do not allow yourself to be influenced. I think a lot of people, we're looking at the gym atmosphere thinking, I feel intimidated. I don't look good. I'm going to look stupid because I've never worked on this equipment before. I might get hurt, or worse, what if I get in someone else's way and they yell at me or they make me feel bad? You have to go in with the attitude that you don't really care what anyone thinks. And you have to repeat that to yourself. I don't care what anyone else thinks. Just as long as I get what I need out of it, I am happy. And keep that your mantra throughout your visit to a gym. Okay. The second thing you want to do is wear something that makes you feel phenomenal. Okay. I know the theory for a lot of women is, Oh, I'm just going out to sweat, so I'm gonna wear these gym pants, from like the 1980s and this t-shirt that was ripped, like 3 days ago and I really didn't wash it or anything. Go get something that you feel spectacular in, okay? Don't set yourself up for a fall. Don't set yourself up for failure. Put a little makeup on. Just saying, it's not going to kill you. It doesn't clog your pores, if you get the good stuff. And, a little makeup, you look in the mirror and you're like, hey, she looks kind of cute while she's Zumbaing. You know what I mean? You want to have that sense of self confidence when you go into a gym to begin with. You want to tune everyone else out, but you also want to own it. So you want to practice, and this may sound stupid, but you want to practice standing up straight. That's such a simple thing to do that gives you a ton of self confidence right away. So I love get dressed in something that makes you feel good. Wear a little makeup, not for nothing. You'll make yourself feel better, not for anyone else, just you. The third thing, practice standing up straight. The fourth is to practice the exercises you're thinking about doing at home. So if you know you're going to do some dips, right? For triceps, for the wings under your arms, if you know you're going to do some dips, practice on a chair at home first so you don't feel awkward when you're about to do that. The other thing that I find interesting is that a lot of people don't understand gym etiquette. Okay, so here's some of the rules. You always walk behind the person right in front of the mirror. They're in front of the mirror for a reason, not to stare at you and your butt and what weights you're picking up. They're there to see their form, hopefully. A lot of them, they're there to see themselves basically, but they're there to see their form. They want to see how well they're pumping and they want to see if they're getting the results that they want. So don't walk in front of the mirrors to get your weights. Wait until someone's finished with a set, walk up, get your set of weights, and then walk back to the bench that you've chosen to work with. That's number one. Number two, put your weights away. When people see that you understand the gym etiquette, they have a little more respect for you. They're knowing that you're not in there just like as a part-time player, that you're really in there to help, yourself, but also kind of not add to anyone else's angst or work while they're there. No one wants to put 8 45-pound plates away from anything. Okay, put your own, and I'm not saying, honestly, my viewers are probably mostly women in their 30s, 40s, or 50s. But if you are so blessed as to have that kind of strength that you're using 8 45-pound plates on a leg press or a hack squat, please put them away, regardless of where you are and what you're doing. Another thing that is not necessarily new, but has taken new emphasis since COVID is get those sanitizing wipes or spray and make sure you wipe down and spray all the surfaces you have touched. I find teenagers and 20-year-olds, they do this cursory kind of like single swipe down the back of seated sectional equipment on the butt where you're seated, but they never do the handles. That's where the germs are, people, the handles. So that's what I would say. Wear something nice, prepare and practice the exercises you want to accomplish. Wear a little makeup. And this is a good one. This is a good one. Make friends with other trainers. Make friends with other members that are like you and work out together, maybe. That will cut down a lot on the gym intimidation. And I have seen other women intimidate other women because they're alone, and that's so obnoxious and rude. But at least you have other women that you can chat with or take a break from, the vanity scene and really, hone in on what it is you want to accomplish. But those are really great tips. I think you should do for anything. My son recently went to a homecoming dance. Mind you, this is a kid who hangs out in sweatpants 90% of the time. And I said, honestly, Quinn, you're going to have to change it up. but. But anyway, he was invited to a homecoming dance. We were thrilled about it. And I think I told you all I used to be a wardrobe stylist and image consultant in television and film for many years. So I set him up with a semi formal outfit, which was a blazer, a collared shirt, a pair of nice dark denim jeans, and dress shoes. And he balked at it and he was like, I feel so awkward. Everything feels so uncomfortable. I said, Quinn, that's always going to be the case because you never dress up. So start dressing up every once in a while and get used to it, and you'll start to feel your confidence come back. The gym is no different. If you're used to wearing dress pants or dress shirts and jeans or whatever, 90% of the time when you put on a pair of leggings or a tank top to work out, that's going to feel a little awkward. So get used to it. Start working out every day and just know the first day you're only going to spend 15, 20 minutes at the gym. The next day is going to be a half hour. The next day, maybe 45 minutes. The day after that, you're going to try spin class in the dark. And then the day after that, maybe you're going to try Zumba class in the light. You know what I'm saying? Like, give yourself baby steps to come into it gradually. I have never, ever said, oh, geez, I wish I hadn't worn that nice, pair of leggings and tank top. And I wish I never put on that makeup. Like, I've never said that. And no one I know has ever said that either, who truly wants to make their workout their priority in their day and their life. So those are the top things I would suggest, because that's what you can do on the outside, because you're going to always come in contact with these situations where there's intimidation involved. And basically, what's intimidation, right? It's fear. It's fear that somehow you are not going to measure up, right? So if we can handle the fear on the outside conscientiously, that's going to be half the battle, or maybe three-quarters of the battle. The other piece of this is knowing who you are. If you're a personality type that's shy and withdrawn, if your tendency is to judge yourself, then you're more likely to be judged by other people. So keep that in mind. The other piece of this is, can you address maybe on a subconscious level why you would be intimidated in a big public atmosphere? So a lot of kids, maybe they were raised in homes that they didn't have a lot of public exposure, didn't go to big malls or shows or concerts, but maybe they do want to experience a concert now, or a homecoming, or go to a gym. Well, how do you do that? You start off gradually. You start introducing them to larger and larger venues when they're younger, a little bit at a time. So when they do get to the point where they want to work out, maybe bulk up and add their workout to their week through a gym, then you're going to have to give them some tools. So a lot of times when someone is really struggling or suffering from gym intimidation or any kind of intimidation, what they're doing is they're reaching back in their mind from experiences they've had in childhood that made them feel bad or intimidated for trying something different or being a different person in a different atmosphere. So what you want to do is go back to those times and have a genuine conversation with yourself, that person is different than the person you are now, that what happened back then shouldn't impact your responses to these environments now, that you own yourself, you're totally centered and balanced, you know what you're doing, you feel good about how you look and dress and act, and gym etiquette, other people in the gym, trainers that you can ask questions, I don't understand this piece of equipment. Can you just give me a one-on-one, like how to do this? I don't know any trainer when they're off duty, not working with someone else, who would turn you down. Any trainer would be happy, even a manager or a floor manager would be happy to show you how to work a lat pull machine, or how to work triceps, or what a tricep rope is, or leg extension or abduction, adduction, what the different, they're all going to be excited to help you. So keep that in mind. And please, people, know that there's a difference between Planet Fitness and a world-class gym. Okay. Planet Fitness they don't actually have trained, certified trainers. They have people who have been in-house trained on the circuits that they provide there, but they are not well educated about human anatomy, physiology, metabolics, or any of those things. So keep that in mind. You're not looking, if you're going to Planet Fitness, you're not looking for that one on one, highly concentrated, very personalized program. You're just looking at how do I use this? In a bigger gym where they have certifications up the wazoo, each trainer, and look for the gyms honestly that mandate, that make it impossible for you to work there unless you've had a current certification, or if you have several certifications or in-house modules that you have to finish monthly. Lifetime Athletic was the best at that. I'm just saying. I really enjoyed working for them, and I appreciated their diligence in keeping us educated. And I wanted that. I wanted to learn about that. So anyway, know that there's a difference between gyms, know that there's a difference between trainers. Make sure that your trainer is certified by an accredited national certification, not an in-house. People who say they've been in-house trained actually are just, covering the surface of what that gym wants them to accomplish. Like I said, all the human anatomy, all the information about metabolics, all the information about insertion points of muscles and the action of a muscle, of a physical activity on a muscle, not so much. So you want to get someone who is nationally accredited, certified, and has a couple of years experience. You also want to find someone who's similar to you. And I'm sorry, I'm like, this is turning into a talk about trainers, but you want to find someone, if you're interested in bodybuilding, you want to find someone who's actually trained a bodybuilder. I recently gave a full assessment to a woman who said she used to love pole dancing classes. I said, I love them too. I think they're phenomenal. I used to train a couple of pole dancers, believe it or not, for upper body strength, because you really have to hold on. And she was stunned that I actually knew about pole dancing exercise. So this is what I'm saying. You want to find someone who's like you. So if you just gave birth, let's say, I would not choose the 20-year-old male who's only had 6 months experience to work with you. Just saying. Okay. You want to have someone who's had the opportunity to give birth a couple of times, knows how to work abdominis rectus, knows how to train the lower back for better support after a birth. There's pre and postnatal exercise certifications you can get, which I have also gotten in the past. So, you want to know what you're looking for and surround yourself with those people who know how to treat you the best way possible. Likewise, if you have a senior citizen who wants to get training, you want to find someone who's trained in senior or special populations like senior citizens and need specific attention, who will go the extra mile and talk to your physician for you. So just keep those things in mind when you are looking to work out and you want to feel really good about yourself. It's all about educating and preparing yourself for that experience. And I know that sounds like, wow, that's more work than I was really hoping to get involved with. But if you really do want to make, health and fitness your lifetime goal, and I would like to think that everyone here likes the idea of being fit for a lifetime, then that's what you might want to try to do. So that being said, I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information. Oh, and the meditations are coming. I apologize. I'm having an issue with the emotion meditations for weight loss. I'm having an issue embedding my link on the document that I need to have you survey yourself, find out what major emotions are governing your life right now. And that's what's triggering the brain and the body to gain weight. So I'm going to work on some glitches within my documents, as well as the posting of my meditations on my website. As soon as I get that together, I will let you know. But in the meantime, here's my website, mindbodymastery.org. Or you can also find me at anywhere on at Nicole's MBM. Oops, and it didn't catch any of that. Sorry. I can be found at Nicole's MBM on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. And let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to help you out. I'm always excited to help you out. I just gave a full assessment to a new client yesterday, and it just makes me so happy. All right, I know I sound sick. Okay, I love you guys. Enjoy your day, and I will see you tomorrow. I hope to have a guest tomorrow. I'm hoping. I'll let you know. Okay, bye.